Hello, and welcome to the Raising Sage Spiritual Podcast, where we delve into the transformative power of spirituality and personal growth. I'm your host, Jess, and today I have Megan with me from the Megawatt Collective. How's it going?
Good morning. I'm well. I'm very tired. Just let's put that out there. It's January 1st and we're both moms. So
Yeah.
Jesus, take the wheel on what words come out of my mouth today. I don't know what I'm going to say.
I know. I woke up this morning and my body was like, oh, but I was like, no, it'll like get the day going in a better direction. Start
It
the
is
year.
what it is.
Yeah. So basically today we're going to talk about Roots and Wings, our Creative Connection Playshop for children and caregivers, I believe is our latest title. Um, which is coming up on January 25th at the Lantern. So that is, well, we're going to talk about what it's going to involve and what the meaning behind it, and yeah, just our perspective on um, our intention behind the event and whatnot. So, um, we were talking earlier about how I feel weird giving a bio since it's my podcast, but um, so I do a lot of facilitation. I do energy work. I am a photographer, podcaster, and a mom. So that's one of the most important and impactful kind of roles that I take on for sure. Sage is the reason I started tapping into like my creative side again. Um, Mother, single parenthood, just like raising her on my own. I would say the first 3 years were just like I couldn't get up for air kind of thing. So after that, once I could breathe a little bit, I started realizing that I was very disconnected from myself. And it was through my connection with her that I realized like um, I don't know, like that I had shut off some of my creative side and that I wasn't prioritizing like myself and my happiness. So, and that was impacting my ability to kind of connect with her. So, yeah, I don't know if that's a good bio, but that's kind of what has led me here to kind of create this. And yeah, so maybe you could share some about yourself. And I know we have kind of somewhat similar backgrounds. We share some common um, experiences, I guess you could.
Experiences. I was just thinking the same word, experiences. Yeah, and just thanks so much for sharing that. You just kind of, I think that we could just converse about the topic of motherhood for
Yeah.
multiple podcast episodes. But
Yeah.
you're giving me goosebumps and you just got my wheels spinning a little bit about why we really are doing this. And, the motherhood is a creative endeavor always, every day. And
Hmm.
during your pregnancy and your childbirth and your early times as a mother, that was your creative work at the time.
True, yeah.
It is society's fault that we don't see it as an artistry and as a career and all those
Yeah.
types of things.
Yeah.
But then the production of like your creative, your hobbies and your personal interests
Hmm.
are also incredibly valuable in your motherhood. And without those things, we can't be good moms. So
Hmm.
just a very good note for you to open up on in um, just a multi-dimensional message of being a creative as an individual and tying in your parenting in your creative endeavors. Um,
Thank you.
so just that's a whole other little conversation that I just think it just warmed my heart when you said that. And also, it's cute that it's New Year. It's January 1st, and this is the first adult conversation of 2026 that I'm having. So
Yeah.
probably fun too. So I think that's just cute.
I
But
love
just to
it.
tell your listeners a little bit about myself, I have two kids. They are now 12 and 14. Both had birthdays in December. And I'm a full-time homeschooler. I've homeschooled them always. They never went to daycare or to school. I'm an autism advocate. I've been running an autism support group with a group of other moms for 9 years now. And my profession is that I'm a psychic medium. So that brings in it brings in the motherhood, the creativity, and the spiritual practice as well. So that's how Jess and I met was through my psychic medium
Mhm.
practice. And yeah, so that's
Yeah.
why I'm here.
Yeah, so like most things that I do, I guess this started as a download, but things come through quickly and then take some time to to translate it into the physical form kind of thing. But for a while, I would say like I've felt I hadn't participated in that many like spiritual maybe events or groups and offerings and things like that for a little while. And I think a big part of it is like, well, part of it was cost, like paying to go somewhere and then having to pay for a babysitter, which I didn't have easily accessible, like a sitter for many years. It's a bit better now, but yeah, I don't know. There's just like a disconnect between kids events and like wellness events, spiritual events and like kids, but there's so many like threads that could weave through. Oh, it's 11:11 on my phone. That weave through all of them that
Yeah,
like that's where I want to kind of bring it together because um I don't know. Like, why wouldn't kids belong in that kind of space where we're promoting like wellness of the individual, wellness of the family, wellness of, society kind of thing. And yeah, it's just
absolutely.
like a lot of opportunity for connection, like combining obviously age appropriate information and practices and things like that. Because yeah, like we can be as well as we want, but it has to, I'm doing this with my hands, but you know what I mean.
Weave together. It's holistic.
Integrate.
Holistic is a good word that we're probably looking for. And like family, when you're the head of a family and you're running a family, you can't always compartmentalize your life.
Hmm.
There is value in having your own time and your own practices in isolation and that kind of thing, but it's just not practical for the most part when you have young children. So yeah, lack of childcare and having to pay for all these spiritual services and all that kind of stuff. Those are big issues. So I loved first of all, the service that we can provide, it fills a niche that I don't think is really filled right now. So when you
Hmm.
came to me with this idea, I thought it was brilliant. I was like, I hadn't thought about a children's event because we have a lot of um, retreats and stuff for adults, but we don't have a lot of that, which includes children. So I just think it's a niche that's not filled, and I'm like, oh yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah.
I think the world sees positions children as a problem to be solved,
Hmm.
whereas we see children as our greatest asset. They are the future. And why would we put them in a corner while we focus on our own wellness when it is just as important to include them in wellness practices? So, again, it's valuable to do things separately and as an individual, but let's tie it together when it's not practical for us to get our own time away from our children, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Let me see. Yeah, so that was an intuitive kind of nudge too. I think we just connected on our on a mother level and our views on yeah, like you said, just how we see children as a, part of our lives, not something not I don't know. something, a problem, like you said, you have to deal with, not to,
Mhm.
yeah. But there is a time and place for everything. Like, there are things that you should have your alone time as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just something that I haven't experienced or like encountered or seen as
Yeah.
like an offering that's available. So
Yeah. It's true. You're offering something that hasn't been available before. So accessibility is, I'm always up for trying to make things more accessible than they already are. It's quite a
yeah,
passion of mine. So I
yeah,
had no hesitation to join you.
amazing.
Mhm.
Let me see. Yeah, so we talked about there's a lack of family-friendly spiritual and like energy spaces. Even, I guess, I mean, even religious like churches
Mhm.
and things like that, like the kids are going to like to Sunday school, right? So but they are, I guess they are together for some. I'm not a church expert anymore, but I think
Yeah,
it's both,
that
I
was a train
guess.
of thought I had in churches. They have child-only spaces and adult-only
Yeah.
spaces, and they have community
Both.
spaces. So
Yeah.
actually, I think we could kind of recreate, we could use
Yeah.
that as inspiration in a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there is lots of good in those spaces. Um, yeah,
Mhm.
that can transfer, to different settings.
Mhm.
Why do you think creativity and artistic expression are powerful tools for connection?
Well, as a photographer, you know that, um, like as you described, it's an outlet. It's both a portal for spiritual, like kind of enlightenment and inspiration, and it's also an outlet for us to get things out of us.
Hmm.
So, creating things and just little art, simple art projects, it puts you in a state of flow.
Hmm.
And we can all relate to this. My hobbies are I'm a makeup artist, and I'm a writer as my hobbies. And I know that those things put my body at ease. They help channel my thoughts. They just put everything in a state of flow.
Hmm.
So people can resonate when you do knitting, when you do adult coloring books, all that kind of stuff. Your anxiety decreases. These things are proven to
Hmm.
support mental wellness and, inspired thought and mindfulness, and art and creativity is a mindfulness practice.
Yeah.
And with our children, it's just this kind of open space and this open portal where we can sit down shoulder to shoulder with that child and we can mirror the same thing that they're doing. If they're drawing a picture, we can draw a picture that matches them, or they can request for us to help them write down a word or something like that. It's just a very natural and organic opportunity for connection with children.
Hmm.
And not every child, if you have a child who requires running for their emotional regulation, I wouldn't want to suggest that we put every child in one box.
Right.
But for some of us, it's going to provide an opportunity for connection with our child.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I love that.
Mhm.
Even in like some of the most stressful times, like of motherhood or parenting, um, I could sit down and just paint a picture or draw or color with Sage, and yeah, it's just like it just calms you for sure. And
Mhm.
as you were talking about that, I was thinking of is it mirror neurons? When
Mhm.
like someone's state of being in close presence with yours affects your state of being. Yeah, that's what I was.
It's co-regulation. And you
Hmm.
can do it, you can be building a train track with your child or Legos if they're not into coloring. It's that co-regulation of you're both in a state of flow.
Hmm. Beautiful. So that's the goal, I guess. A state of flow for our event.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
see. Yeah. And obviously, it's going to be space to kind of slow down and be present and yeah, create together, but without the pressure of trying to like create something good or Yeah, it's
You
just
read my mind.
freedom like of expression. Just
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You read my mind on that point. I was going to say, like, after the shit show that is December, I mean, it is absolute madness. And this is an invitation for us to come into a space and stop performing for a minute.
Mhm.
We're not inviting you to perform here. Take it all off, like take off
Yeah.
the mask. And I always preach to myself and to other people in a little art project like this. It's the process that matters more than the product. We don't care what the painting looks like at the end.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think we're going to be going in and teaching like a instructional lesson. The
No.
point is to just get in connection and flow with your child. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter what the picture looks like at the end. So yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's just a time to just be present, simple, very purely and simply just be open and present with your child and not worry about the product, what comes
Hmm.
out at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, so I guess we'll kind of go over the overview. So I think I already said the date. It's January 25th at the Lantern. It is 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Space is somewhat limited there, so I'm not quite sure what the capacity is right now, but it won't be a huge group. It'll be a pretty intimate group. Um, Yeah, so we'll start with like some guided meditation just to put everyone, in a calm flow kind of state. We will we're going to do a little group Reiki, right?
Mhm.
Group energy work. And then the painting. So probably have some examples. That to go by, give some general kind of instruction, and then we'll work ourselves around the room. And I believe we plan to give like some individual kind of Reiki. When did we Meg is going to do some card readings? Was that at the end, or are we doing that as we
Well,
go through?
yeah, I thought I'll have my cards on hand. And again, like as we're just talking, let's call it flow class.
Yeah.
And just see where things lead us. We'll do a little bit of meditation, we'll do a little bit of Reiki energy together. And then in addition to that, while people are just existing, just being together,
Hmm.
we can go about the room and ask if people want some Reiki treatment or a tarot card reading. So, tarot cards for me, I will have them with me and I can provide people with some guidance. If you have any questions coming in, if you want to see, some suggestions or guidance on how to move forward, I can give some insight. Everything is child friendly and with consent. Like, I'm not going to be throwing any big
Yeah.
power moments at you or anything like that. And I'm
Yeah.
also not going to practice any kind of spiritual practice on your child without them, their awareness or anything like that. But
Yeah.
I think this is a good chance for people to have some experience and exposure to spiritual practices that they might not otherwise get. Because it's
Hmm.
just, you put it on your to-do list to book a photo session with Jess or to book a card reading with me, and it just never reaches your to-do list top of priorities. So
Yeah.
you can come in here, you can bring your kids, you can come to a little play group, and kind of secretly on the side, you're getting your own little spiritual curiosities
Yeah.
fulfilled as well.
Yeah.
That's what I thought of it.
Yeah. And you get to like be in a space with um like other caregivers who get it, like who have been drawn to that same space for a reason kind of thing. So yeah, there's lots of opportunities for good connections, not just with your child, but like with other families as well.
Yeah, I
Um,
see it as an opportunity to create some community that we have certain age groups of kids, and who knows what friendships you're going to create here. And
yeah.
that's kind of, I always love to, I'm just one person, but if I can create some kind of network and support and people that you can create a group chat with and that kind of thing, I think that'll be even a more important thing to come out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, and you have a lot of experience in that with the group that you've been running. So Amazing. And then yeah, so towards the end I will do some family portraits. Um, and yeah, I mean there'll be some time for reflection. There'll be nothing will be forced. Like you said, like it's age appropriate. There's not going to be anything strange, like anything too weird.
No, we're
It's
just
just like
moms.
a good vibe, like a
Yeah, yeah.
peaceful, connective like vibe where you can be creative and
Yeah.
relax and
Have a
yeah,
chat. People have so
yeah,
many questions about these kinds of topics, and you
yeah,
don't always get a chance to sit down with you or I to just chat and ask questions and hang out. So
yeah,
let's just get together and do that.
yeah. You don't have to worry about, how your child's behaving or anything like that, where it's
I don't care
very
if your kid says
inclusive.
please or thank you as long as
No.
they show up.
Yeah, exactly. Just a space for everyone to feel good together.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. What does Roots and Wings? I know I kind of suggested the name, but we've both said that we resonate with it. What does Roots and Wings represent to you, would you say?
I absolutely love it. When you sent me that name and the image and everything that you created with it, I absolutely love it. It really, for me, it encompasses my whole parenting journey and philosophy and all that kind of stuff. It's a very evidence-based concept. People could go looking into attachment theory and they could go looking into self-regulation theories and all that kind of stuff. But when a child has a secure attachment with a caregiver, they will have the confidence and ability to reach their full potential. So when they're rooted into a strong foundation, it gives them the ability when the time comes to spread their wings and fly. Um, Wellness is a privilege that gives children advantages in the world, and it's a privilege that we can either provide to them or not. And I just think it is number one most important thing to create an experience where our children can be well,
Mm.
teaching them and showing them from infancy practices such as emotional regulation and secure attachment and spirituality. It gives them a leg up in life where they don't have to go into their 20s healing from
Yeah.
the damage of their childhood. They can go into their 20s on high footing, well rooted and well ready to spread their wings. So it's a privilege that I feel we can construct for our
Mm.
children. And I'd love to just help other parents gain some kind of understanding of how to do that.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. I
Mhm.
totally agree. It's like wellness is definitely like the foundation, basically
Mhm.
to everything, like going well kind of, in life. Like I just look at the emotional regulation skills that Sage has at 7, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like my life would have
Our
been
parents
so
don't have it.
different. Yeah,
Yeah.
if I had those like skills, like I had to learn those as I was teaching her as well. And I was like,
Totally.
whoa, I have a lot
Yeah,
to
exactly.
learn. Holy shit, like
Yeah,
no one taught me this.
yeah. We're very fortunate to have the information that we have now, and I'm sure you're the same as me, where the parenting books, I've read every parenting book that was ever written, and we're very fortunate to have that information and
Yeah.
be able to talk about it with each other and pass it on to each other. So hopefully we can be mentors to some of the parents who are here, and hopefully you all who are coming to us, you will be mentors to us as well, and your children
Mhm.
will.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. My gosh. They're our biggest teachers, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm so excited. Um, And yeah, like roots and wings, it's just like I said, like that foundation, just giving them that foundation of connection and wellness, and then they have that freedom to reach their highest potential or to explore whatever they want to explore, kind of thing. Let me see. I don't know, anything else you want to talk about or add? We've talked
Let me,
about most things.
yeah. Yeah, I think you actually like repeated a lot of the things that I would have said myself without us even talking about it before. So, for like what people can expect to come out of this, I guess, like why are you coming?
Hmm.
Why would you?
Yeah.
Um, I kind
Why
of
wouldn't you?
yeah. I just kind of listed three things,
Mhm.
I guess goals for what I would like to see people take out of this. I thought it was a good opportunity for people to experience practices that they might not otherwise have access to. So, like we talked about, it's an accessible way to explore some spirituality that you might not be familiar with. Or even if you are, if you're a seasoned spiritual practitioner, still come in for number two, like the social connection.
Mhm.
I have, the homeschool community is tight knit and we're secure and we have those roots with each other. The autism community is the same. We have these roots, we have these connections. And the
Yeah.
spirituality community has that, but it's not always family oriented. So I'd love to
Yes.
create it's basically a parent support group
Hmm.
and show up as you are with no judgment and no expectations and see who you meet and see what kind of connections you can form as an adult and for your children as well.
Yeah.
Um, and then to help people understand that your children are not an obstacle to your spiritual well-being. They are absolutely um, a tool, an avenue for your own spiritual well-being. Like in the eyes of a child, that's where God is.
Yeah.
We can lock ourselves in the room and meditate as much as we want, but if we're not strongly connected to those little treasures that we've created, it's
Yeah.
pointless. And we all know, all the
Yeah.
moms know that already.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
but just a reminder that you
Hmm.
can do this alongside your children, side by side.
Yeah. Yeah. And like this as a homeschooler, obviously, like you chose to homeschool, but there's so many things in our modern world that it seems like they're designed to separate us from our children, to make us feel, like we're not one.
Precisely.
Um, yeah, but that's
Yeah,
where like our power lies in,
precisely. Taking back our connection with our
yeah,
family, with other women, and with our community. That's what they don't want us to do. They don't
yeah.
want us to be doing this kind of stuff. They don't want us connected with our children. Let me just share, kind of in closing. I was just listening to the Alanis Morissette song Ablaze,
Mm,
and I turned it on knowing that it was pretty much the same like message and spirit that we share together. So if people are curious are interested, they can look up that song and see what we're all about.
yeah, I love it. Amazing. So how to register? So you can message either of us, and we'll send you the details for payment and whatnot. It is $88. So if like a parent, a caregiver and a child kind of pair to come together and do this experience one-on-one, that would be 88. And then obviously there are lots of situations maybe where two parents might want to come with one child, or one parent with two children, or there's all kinds of situations. So um, it will be $20 per extra person if you wanted to add a person. Hopefully that makes sense. I struggled fighting for my life to explain that.
We both laughed. I laughed with such like I don't know, I was so touched by both of us. We put it out for one parent and one child,
Yeah.
never occurring to us that to both parents might want to come.
Yeah.
But
Typical. You
yeah,
it's from your own lens, right?
your
Of
own
of
experience.
life. Yeah.
Yeah,
But also it might just be something someone wants to do one-on-one,
of course.
even
Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, we're open to all the options, all the
Whatever way people want to show up. Different. Yeah, all
absolutely.
different family dynamics. Come on
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and simple and easy. Just send us a message wherever people are seeing us. Like, there's no
Yeah.
booking app or anything like that. Just send us a message and we'll connect.
Yeah. Amazing. I can't wait.
It'll be
Thank
nice.
you. Yeah. Thank you so much for everyone for tuning in. Thank you, Meg, for joining
Thank
me.
you,
And
Jess.
yeah, it was an amazing chat. Until
Yes.
next time.